Oh, hi, Louise. It's
Hi.
so good to finally meet you.
Nice to
My
meet
name
you.
is Rachel. Today I'll be counseling you. Please take a seat.
Nice to meet you too.
So, how are you doing today?
I'm alright.
Busy day or,
Taking care of all the kids running around.
Yeah. So what prompted you to come today?
I have been going to the MS clinic, and they're like we should be going to counselors to talk about our life to reduce the stress and stuff like that.
Right.
Because it may be hard to talk to other people, so they're like, oh, go to a counselor, see a counselor, and talk to them.
Okay, so how do you feel about them recommending that?
I'm a little uneasy. You promised this is just between you and me, right?
Louise, I would like to ensure you that everything that we talk about is confidential, which means basically I can never go out to basically inform other people about our discussions. However, there are limitations to confidentiality that I do want to make you aware of. So basically, if I feel like you are putting yourself at harm or others at harm, then that's the only reason I would have to break confidentiality. But besides that, I want to assure you that it's just me and you here. And so I like to assure you that I am here for you. I am here to support you. We're just going to go through this session and we can see how other sessions will go.
And how many times do I have to do this? I got a little kid in kindergarten and a baby. Not a lot of time.
I understand you have a lot on you, so we can definitely work with your schedule.
Okay.
However, at the end of the day, it's up to you whether you want to continue on. This is the first session, so let's just go through it and you can get a vibe of how this will be and you can make your decision at the end. I'd like to inform you before we start that this session is an hour long. Just when we're getting to the end, I will inform you, if we're around 2 more minutes or so, just so you're aware so that I'm often saying, okay, go home, Who are the people in your life? Can you please elaborate? Do you have people that are supporting you?
I have the people around me to support me with my diagnosis. I have my loving husband at home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's working right now, and then I have my parents who are 2 hours away.
Right.
And then my siblings live in different provinces of the country. But I don't really talk to a lot of people because, sometimes you don't want to feel like a burden on them.
Right. This word burden, I just want to go back to it. I just want to let you know that we have people to support us, and there should never be a reason for us not to reach out to them. However, I do realize that there are circumstances in our life, proximity, for example, where your family may be far. But I do want to acknowledge right now that it seems like a lot on your shoulder, but you've been pushing through, and that's something that you need to give yourself credit for. So I just want to say, good job on that, and I know that when we do go through this session, hopefully even with future sessions, that we'll find strategies to help alleviate that stress. Because if I'm correct, after hearing everything that you're explaining, it seems like you're overwhelmed. Is that correct?
Very overwhelmed and stressed. That is one of the main reasons I came here.
Right.
Yeah, to deal with my stress. Because stress does make my symptoms with MS worse.
Mm-hmm.
It worsens the symptoms.
Yeah. Okay. So, Louise, you said that you were diagnosed a year ago. Is that correct?
Yes, right before I found out that I was going to have another child. So, yeah.
Right. So, I just want us to go back to that day you got diagnosed because it is still kind of fresh. Yeah. And after hearing you briefly kind of tell me what was going on, I realized that is a big factor in your life right now. So, let's talk about that. Tell me more about it.
Wow. That day was really scary to find out that I had MS. My legs started to get really tough. Sorry, I get tongue twisted. Sorry.
Take your time. No.
So sorry. So my legs started to get weak, and I started to use a cane. And I found out that I wouldn't be able to work, so only my husband now works.
Right.
And then I got put on ODSP, so Ontario Disability Support Program.
Mm-hmm.
So they provide money, but not a lot. Not as much as I need to support my children.
Yeah.
But at least it's something. So really sick. It was really hard. I started to get really weak, and like I told you before, I had a kid before. So, I had to take care of that kid that's, running around. And with MS, you're always tired. And you're always, feeling dizzy and stuff like that. So, it's so hard when the kid is just running around the house. And it's can you stop?
Yes.
But they're just running around and I'm stop. So, yeah. honestly, to this day, I still don't know how I got through it, how going through it, how I become this far without going crazy. Especially having a kid that you're with 24/7 because your husband's at work.
Right.
Like, I don't know how I did it. Like, it's crazy.
I just want to say I find it remarkable, the journey that you've been through just in a year. Realizing that you were diagnosed with MS and a kid, and then you already have another kid too as well. I find that very remarkable. And I just want you to know that, you know, I'm here to support you. And I'm here to basically help you figure out what are some strategies, what are some goals that you yourself can identify and also figure out for yourself, like, how do I see myself in the next couple of years? How can I adjust to the situation that you are facing, but you will go through and continue to go through?
Yeah. That's what something I really need to do. Like, something I need to plan goals,
Mm-hmm.
like, to eliminate stress, not completely, but a little bit. So
Yes.
that's why I'm here to talk, because, like, I need some wisdom right now.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Louise, do you think that you've come to terms with your MS diagnosis?
Wow, that's a good question. You don't get asked that a lot. But no, when I think about it, actually, I think that I'm a little bit, but not really. Like, if it was out of 100, I'm like at 10%.
Right.
Like, it's hard to cope with it because it's like it just happened, right? And everything about my life has to change and stuff like that.
It's fresh. Like,
yeah,
you know,
it's still
just like
fresh. It's so hard for me to really, and especially accept it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And what do you think about your, is your son aware of this? Your son is going to kindergarten?
No. When is a kid know? They run around, mommy's tired, they think it's normal.
Mm-hmm. I also want to talk about your relationships with people. You briefly told me, like, your parents, they do live far, so there's not much of a relationship there, but being diagnosed with MS and also having a newborn baby too as well, how does that impact your relationship with your husband?
I'm mostly tired. Like, he comes back from work, he's tired too, I'm tired too. We just go to sleep. We put the kids to sleep and then we go to sleep. So, like, I feel like there's a little bit of a loss of connection because it's not like I have the strength and the willpower that I used to, right? Yeah, so he's, like, working those extra hours because I'm not able to work anymore, right? And then, so that's even making him more tired, and then I'm tired from watching the kids all by myself during the day. So, yeah, so I feel like it's, like, a little distancing from both of us.
Do you feel that you can ask him for help? Because you did mention that he does work a lot of hours, and you said there's not much of a connection. So do you feel comfortable asking him for help when it comes to the kids? Or
I feel bad to ask him, like, you know, because he's working the whole day.
Right.
Like, I feel like, I don't know, I feel guilty asking him for help.
Right.
It's like, you've been home the whole day, and all you have to do is take care of the kids. I have to work the whole day. So, like, I don't know, I don't feel like asking him.
So you said that you felt guilty when asking your husband for help. Mm-hmm. However, have you ever tried to ask him for help? Just because I know you did say, like, he comes from work, he's tired, but have you attempted to ask him for help? Did he seem receptive when you did ask him? Did he help you?
To be honest, I didn't really ask him, you know, because I just felt bad. So, like,
yeah. Let's talk about that. This feeling of bad, do you think, is everything just related to the whole MS? Because you just feel like, okay, I have MS, so, like, you don't want to put more burden? Like, what is stopping you from, because that's your partner, right? So,
yeah, but, like, because he has to now, because of my MS and stuff, he has to work longer hours to provide money, to put food on the table and stuff. So, like, I don't know, I feel really bad to, like, say, hey, can you help me with the kids? It's like, if you want to go and sleep, you go home, you can go in the bedroom and sleep, right? Yeah. Because you have another long day ahead of you. So, like, I just feel terrible.
I don't think you should feel terrible. I think it's very important to seek help because, yes, even though he's working, you two are going through your battle, your journey with MS, right? Mm-hmm. So you should be, he's basically your helper, right? So what is something, let's talk about it for a realistic goal. Let's see, like, do you think you could attempt, maybe next time, let's see how that goes, and maybe in the future if we do have another session, tell me how that goes, because I think that would be very beneficial, and it will definitely help you because you do need the help, right?
Yeah.
So you need to take care of yourself. It's also important to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So I definitely think you should try and talk to your husband too as well. Share these feelings you've been having with him too.
Yeah, I feel like I should, like go and talk to him and ask him for help. Like I need to remove this fear.
Right.
Like why am I fearful of my own husband?
Right. So how do you think you can go about removing this fear?
Just like say, hey honey, can you help me put the kids to bed?
I like that. I like that. Could you say that could be maybe a goal that you could
Yeah, that
use
should be a
maybe
goal. Like especially bedtime, like it's the hardest because the kid is like running around, and I'm just like I'm in the other one. It's like crying in the crib.
Right.
So like, I think it's a goal to ask my husband for help at bedtime.
That is awesome. That is something that's a awesome way for you to think of at least just one thing right now. Look, we've come up with one thing. Not even we, especially it's you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of just kind of analyzing things, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's an awesome goal for you to, a short-term goal for you to try out, see like how much of a change it will,
Yeah, I think it'll make a big difference to decrease the stress.
Yes,
so,
yes.
And especially from being like overwhelmed.
Definitely. You mentioned how you feel levels of stress, and when you do feel levels of stress, that's when your symptoms get worse. So I think it is important for our first session today is let's identify where the stress comes from. So can you give me an example of a situation where your stress did arise?
Oh wow, I can remember this one situation, and it involved my kid who was in kindergarten. They pass around germs a lot and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So then, it was a skunk, so he caught that. And then after he came home, then he gave it to his other little sibling. His sibling caught it.
Oh no.
So you have one barfing, then you have the other one crying and barfing too. And it was a headache. Like it got so frustrated, I put them to bed. I'm like tired, and I went in my room and I just shut that door and just sat down. I teared up for a bit, but yeah.
So after you put them to bed, you said you went to your room and you just you shut down. Do you think that was effective in lowering your stress?
Oh no! I think it even made it worse because then I started having anxiety. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just left my kids all alone and they're sick in the room. Yeah.
So let's just try to maybe for today let's figure out maybe more effective ways to lower that stress. Do you think that would be helpful? Is that something you want to discuss?
Yeah.
So let's see. What did you used to do? What do you love doing? Is my first question. Or used to love doing before you had, you got busy.
Before I got busy, I used to love to knit all my kids' stuff. I knit their
cute.
blankets, their clothes.
Yeah. All right. So have you knitted lately?
There's no time. Someone's crying, someone's throwing up. So yeah.
Go back to that because it does seem like you did love me before. So perhaps would you want to try when you do lay them down to rest, maybe going back to that one thing you used to love?
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Helps to relieve the stress.
Exactly. Is there any other thing you like to do?
I hate to brag, but I'm a good drawer.
Pardon, what did you say?
I like to draw.
You like to draw. Okay. So do you think you would want to try drawing again too as well, maybe perhaps?
Yeah, that's nice. You let out your emotions with that pencil and I just draw all crazy.
Have you ever thought about going back to certain things or trying different ways to lower your stress?
No, I honestly didn't think about going back to those things. I just kept on thinking about time.
Right.
Yeah.
I do think it is important to do things that you do love because when we do things we do love, it not only distracts us, but it also assists us in, finding our happy place. So it seems like a couple of these things are your happy place. So I would definitely recommend that you try these things out. Just give it a shot. And even if these things are not helpful, there's a range of things that you can do. There's also a lot of resources, babysitters, for example.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, I think it's really important. Maybe you and your husband discuss about daycare resources. I can give you a pamphlet actually about daycare services too as well that can help you. You know, these things, small things, will help you alleviate your stress. And I just want to make sure that you know that taking these assistance doesn't make you any less of a woman.
That's true, right?
It doesn't.
You feel like you're disregarding what you're supposed to do as a female.
No.
So then you're like, you're feeling like, am I really a mother if I'm sending my kids away and stuff like that?
Of course not. You are a mother who is looking for the best interest of her children and for herself. And I definitely acknowledge that. You should also acknowledge that too as well. I definitely want you to give this a shot. I'm gonna go get you a pamphlet and then I'll be back. Okay, Louise. So here is the pamphlet that I was telling you about earlier. So it's a bunch of different daycares around the area. So just go home and show your husband it. You guys can have that discussion on see if this is an option you guys want to take. So you guys can go around and look for different places. Okay. Does that sound?
It sounds good. And I was wondering, if I wanted more resources, what could I do? Where could I go?
Yeah, so you just go home and actually just think about the different resources you need. Just because there's a lot of resources out there. So whether if you need resources regarding your health or even just maybe even group sessions where you can meet other families that may be going through MS, there's just different things. So just go home, think about the different resources that you do need help, and then either call me, email me. I'll give you my card at the end. And if you also want to reschedule too, or if you want to bring your husband the next time too as well, at the end of the day, it's all up to you, like I said in the beginning. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Sounds fair, right? Yeah. Actually, Louise, we're actually running out of time. We have about 1 to 2 minutes, and I did tell you, I didn't want to say, bye, but I wanted to let you know. But I just want to kind of wrap up our discussion and just summarize what we did today. Today, we talked a lot. We talked about situations you were facing and how you had the MS and how the stress increased your severity, right? So, and how also as well it's, impacted your relationship not with your kids, but with your husband. But besides that, Louise, I want us to leave out today remembering that you came up with a lot of solutions. You came up with a lot of goals. And a beautiful thing for you just to see how we transitioned. And I think you're definitely moving in the right direction. And for this weekend, I want you to make a plan for yourself and do something that you've never done. You've had a kid, and sometimes when we have a kid, we may forget to take care of ourselves. But this weekend, I want you to take care of yourself. Tell your husband it's time for him to babysit the kids and do something that you once loved, and see if there's any changes also too as well. I want you to use the solutions and strategies we came up with, and when you do feel stress, see if you see any changes. Observe it and see, did these strategies help me, and how can you adjust them too as well after utilizing them. I hope this session was great for you. Thank you so much for coming today. Thank you for even taking that step to even come, and that's a lot of courage. Really look forward to see you. Any more last words?
Yeah. Just thank you for this time and listening to me blab on.
It's not blabbing, but I'm honestly pleased to even hear you, and I'm happy that you even just trusted me. I saw the transition from our relationship to our discussion, and I'm happy, and hopefully I look forward to hearing that.
Thank you so much.
No
Have a great evening.
No, thank you.
Bye.